He started us off this afternoon, said getting married to the first husband. I was 17 and divorced by 18. Tim said hanging with the wrong people. James says drinking and partying. Jake said not buying Bitcoin. Maya said when I was 18, I hit two deer. Instead of hitting them head on, I smashed my brake and jerked my wheel to the right and flipped 4 times end over end. Also left the scene of the accident because I didn't think I had to call the police if I was okay and didn't hurt anybody's property. Left my truck there planning to tow it the next day, but the state troopers showed up and let me know they thought I was dead. Cost me a ton of money and it's been on my driving record up until last year. Joshua said staying in the military and shoulder surgery without insurance. Ooh. Kayla or Kayla? I'm going to go with Kayla. Says falling in love with the new car smell. Now I think about it every 3 years. That's an expensive habit right there. Melinda said maxing out my credit cards at 18. Amen, sister. Been there, done that. Tina said not using birth control. Man, I did ask for the most expensive thing. Kenna said getting into debt at college instead of going to tech school. Yep. Cindy Lou said getting married. Sheila said to find youth. The most expensive thing I bought at 21 was a 77 Monte Carlo. Fun, fun, fun. I loved it. So I answered her question. I said, Sheila, youth equals anybody younger than me. And I went on to say that a 77 Monte Carlo is certainly not a mistake. Alexa said I allowed my parents to talk me into getting a stick for my first new car. No one knew how to teach me how to drive it. So I traded it in for a 4x4 automatic instead. Now I know you shift on the RPMs, but it was never explained to me like that. Katharina said, got married. Scott said, pulling out in front of an 18-wheeler and totaling my first car. Still lucky to be alive, but very expensive. Anglia said, bought a home and property straight out with cash. Thought if I had it paid, it would build my credit. Nope. When my then fiance and I split, he asked me to leave his name on the deed and he would pay the taxes on it. He never did, and I lost it all. The lesson I learned that I have to depend on myself and stay alert when it comes to finances. Those are some wise and hard-learned words right there. Kimberly said not keeping our 79 K5 Blazer. Husband talked me into selling it. Yeah, that was an expensive mistake. Linda said, wrecking my car at 17, finding out the insurance wouldn't cover it because I was 17. Edward said, probably buying that sports car my senior year. Gutter Buddies of Lower Alabama wrote this, and I'm going to read it word for word. Wouldn't change her for the world, but having a baby in high school was definitely the most expensive mistake of my youth. Not because she was the mistake, she was the blessing. The expensive part was how fast life got real. Growing up overnight, missing out on the easy road, and learning responsibility before I even fully understood myself. But looking back, she also became one of the biggest reasons I kept going. Wow. Gail said, getting married too young. Randall said, paid 19 years for him. You can figure it out. Wasn't planned. Wasn't a mistake. Just expensive. Could have saved myself $70K. Jason said girls.